Motorcycle Men.
Stewart's cream soda.
That shit's good, man.
Yeah, it is. Stewart makes good stuff. I heard they're coming out with a, they have an alcoholic one.
You know, I tried another root beer from another company. It was not even good.
Yeah, Stewart's is the shit.
No.
Boylan's is good, too.
Who?
Boylan's.
Barks is not too bad. Barks is good. A&W.
Stewart's is so good. That's it.
Stewart's
Stewart's is an East Coast thing, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. You know what? I tell you what, man. You can get a Stewart's franchise relatively cheap.
I'm pissed off at the one that when we do the Round Valley ride
that they
closed.
Yeah, I know.
That sucks.
I don't get that. What that's all about.
The one right across from Lebanon Harley.
Oh, yeah.
Williams.
They closed that down?
They closed it.
They closed
Are you
it.
serious?
Yep.
Fucking assholes.
Yep, they closed it. And one day, me and Chris did a ride. We were out there, and we stopped there, and it was buttoned up tighter than a drum.
And
Maybe it's just because of the COVID
No.
thing.
There was a sign on there. We're closed. We're done.
Oh, really?
Fucking sucks. Plus, they had a nice parking lot, and all the bikers stopped there.
Yeah.
On the way to wherever the fuck they were going, Round Valley and stuff like that.
That place was always freaking packed.
Yeah, always.
How could
like,
you say?
Well, you know what it is? It's probably the owners who owned it were probably elderly, a little bit older, and they said, you know what? Okay, we don't want to do this anymore, so here, kids, it's yours. And the kids just went, I don't want it. And they said, okay, well, we're just going to close it down then. Yeah.
What is that called? What the fuck are you talking about? I can't understand the words you're saying.
Crunch wrap.
A crunch wrap.
Okay, you don't have to yell. I can hear you.
It's a crunch wrap.
It's a crunch wrap. It's not crunchy. It's in the soft shell.
Yeah, exactly. So why would they call it a crunch wrap?
Anti-crunch wrap.
Because there's a hard shell inside and it's wrapped with a soft shell.
Okay.
But wait a minute. Is the hard shell even hard anymore? No, easy. Now, come on.
Depends on how old it gets.
Yes. Wow. All right. Well, hey. Well. I guess we could start, right?
Yeah. Start.
And then you put your headphones on when you're done, feeding your fat face, your bearded face. You're gonna save some of that food in your beard for later, aren't you? Yeah.
That's for his girlfriend.
I don't think Danielle would be sopping up on that. No. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Motorcycle Men podcast. I am Ted, your host.
Yes, he is. I can see him myself.
And so we're in the V-Twin Cafe, where it is always 72 degrees and sunny. Except today was almost 72, wasn't it?
I don't know. I don't think so.
No,
It's
67.
like 66 right now, so it's pretty close.
So, and it's sunny today, beautiful day. But it'll be winter again tomorrow, I think. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's okay. And we're here in the corner booth with Timbuktu.
How are you, peoples?
Right. And, of course, we have our resident 12-year-old, Chris, the Joker. Pushing buttons.
That's actually Justin's house.
And speaking of Justin, we have our good friend Justin Brown over here.
Get the fuck up!
Gentlemen, how are we doing today?
We're doing good.
Good.
I'm speaking for everybody tonight.
You are? Are you?
Yes, I am. Yep.
Okay.
That sounds like him. It sounds like Justin saying that.
Yeah.
Must have recorded him.
Yeah.
I love it.
No. So everybody's good? Yeah, good. Chris, how you doing?
Still waiting for my damn fender.
Yeah, you waiting for your fender. It's going to show up.
So what happened when I say my fenders? I took my I gave my fender to Ted. He took it down to Ocean Harley
Davidson of Ocean County.
That's what I said. And he had it for 3 weeks so far, and now I'm not getting it.
Well,
back
this is
until
the third
Saturday.
week. We're in the third week now.
We're 3 weeks.
We're in
Just
the third
say
week.
3 weeks.
And you'll have it Saturday, he said.
Yeah, that means I won't get it. We'll see. What
Yeah,
happens.
love it Saturday.
We'll see.
See, now that you're complaining, he just took a ball peen hammer to it. It's going to be another 3 weeks.
I'll get it back in September.
He'll give you back a fender for a fat boy. Yeah. Probably wouldn't fit.
Might fit. Might
Yeah,
fit.
might fit.
No, probably fit.
Probably fit.
Probably
Maybe.
fit.
Maybe. You never know.
He's gonna paint it like a hot pink or something.
Yeah. Hey, you said you wanted pink. So
Yeah, so I'm waiting for that to come back. So I can't ride right now.
you can.
I could. I really could have wires hanging all over them.
I just tape them up.
Yeah, you could just roll them up.
No,
You could have
it
been
does-
riding.
No, it doesn't look right. I can't.
I personally can't ride a bike without a front fender. I
Well,
just-
going
it's
a
just-
mile anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's going to happen in a while?
Kapow!
Fuck you.
Justin took time out
At
from
least
his,
I would ride mine. He doesn't even ride here, and he's got to go a couple miles.
And ladies and gentlemen, Justin just took a time out from his dinner to comment. And he's back.
I'll see you in a few minutes.
But you know what sucks, though, is that Justin's waitress didn't bring us anything.
Yeah, we were talking about that. You
Oh,
know?
no. His waitress brought me something.
Oh,
she
yeah,
did?
that's right. Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Was it soft or hard?
Apparently, Justin has both.
Don't you talk about my waitress like that.
Justin's is both soft and hard.
Wow.
It's the perks of being an alcoholic.
Yep.
Wow.
A soft chew.
Yeah.
So how you doing, Chris?
I'm alive.
Yeah. How's the bike? Good?
So far, so good. It's been great. Riding.
It's so weird to see you drive up in the
With a windshield.
windshield on.
You like it?
Yeah, it makes the
right?
bike look entirely different
Yes,
to
it
a
does.
lot of people.
It looks better to me.
To a
It
lot
looks
of
a lot better.
But I could see it coming off
No.
for a couple of rides.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You think so?
No.
I don't know, man. You're going to get used to it.
Yeah, because the
Come up for one, and then he'll be like, fuck that. It'll be on forever.
Yeah.
no, I really enjoyed riding too without a fucking shield. I did. It didn't
But
bother
you know
me
what?
at all.
Well,
You didn't like it when you went up to the barricade in the rain.
Oh, that was different.
You said it was getting waterboarded.
Yeah, I waterboarded myself. That was me because I had the bandana around my face.
right.
Then I started getting hard time to breathe, and I'm like, I was waterboarding myself.
At 70 miles an hour, no less.
And then we hit that chill hill.
I still don't understand that.
That was
to this day.
brutal. I never seen it such a
Cruising along at-
Temperature dropped like 20 fucking degrees.
Yeah, cruising
Right?
along.
As soon as we
at
got up into the mountains.
65, so, cruising along. Temperature 65, 70. That's probably closer to 70. And we just hit that one hill and just like...
And it rained so hard, my leather jacket, which is almost pretty much waterproof, was soaked. Like the water even went through the leather.
And then, we had to get to the hotel, and we had to just wrap up
Poured
the
my
bikes.
boots out before I got into the hotel.
Gotta go, let's go check in. Oh, we have to go down the street. We have to. How do we get? We're gonna ride.
Anything we wanted to do, we had to go to the ride.
And of course, when we got there and we're in line registering, it stopped raining. So
Well, it rained almost the entire week we were there. The last 2 days, it stopped raining.
And then next time we went up, we had to take a detour, and we went across that bridge where it was windy as shit.
oh my god,
I pooped a little.
that was pretty funny. Probably because he pooped a little. Man. So what?
So now you're saying that Americade's they're not having it there anymore? Or
No,
they are.
no.
They
They're
just moved
having
it
it.
up to
They moved it
September.
to September.
September 20, the
First.
week
Wow,
of
that's gonna be colder then.
Well,
September 14th
not
to the
necessarily.
20th,
Wow.
I
Yeah.
think. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, it
It's
might
somewhere
be cool.
around there.
It's gonna be like
Of course it is. That's why I don't like
One, two,
why
three,
they moved
four.
it.
The June was,
Check.
but June was always wet though. But it was.
But
just
like
more
I said,
comfortable.
it's known that the
Yeah.
residents in that area are not a fan of it.
They're not. So that's why it
yeah,
got
but I'm
moved,
telling you,
but-
that town needs it though.
It does. There's no question about
Just like
it.
Sturgis needs it.
But they do get their summertime crowds coming up there for vacationers and stuff like that, and I think they're going to notice that 1 week they're going to be missing the revenue.
But then again, it might be better because like it rains there in June constantly.
Yeah, the first 2 weeks of June.
See, if it was in the first 2 weeks of September, would be better. But then again, I guess that's hard.
It's Labor Day weekend. That's why.
You know what it is?
But
the
kids are going back to school then.
And not like
the
that,
daytimes
it's
are going to be
great.
fine. Okay, up there.
Right.
But then the nighttime's up in the mountains,
Yeah, it's
like
gonna be
that
cold.
late in
It's gonna be
September.
cold
It's
up
going to
there,
be
I think.
fucking cold up there.
I don't know about that because I know because my place is up near there. September is really actually a pretty good month, but the leaves are starting to change the end of September. So
Are you going to get leaves falling? Are you gonna
Maybe.
and if you have some rain, what kind of problems are you going to run into?
maybe.
Yeah,
but,
it's just odd. that
But
they-
generally, September's pretty dry up there. I will say that September is pretty dry.
it's so odd that they're changing it to that time period. I think they're trying to kill it.
No,
I think they're trying to push it as far out as they can to make sure that it doesn't get canceled.
Yeah, that's possibly too. I mean, they did cancel it
Because
last
that
year
is,
because
if
of
you
the-
think about it, the more I think about it, the more I'm thinking that's a shit time to do.
Yeah,
Because one, school is going to start already. So
Yeah.
you're going to tell me
That's
that whole
exactly
town, one whole week you're going to have bikers there
right.
during school season.
during school season.
But is there really much schooling going on up there?
There's schools
Well, I
up
think
there.
what you're going to find out is that less people will attend because they have kids going to school.
Exactly. I was just thinking about that myself.
Now, did Laconia change, or is that staying?
No, Laconia's staying the
Laconia's
same.
staying the same. Yes.
Second week of June.
Yep.
That's
In
the one I was
fact,
thinking about
this
going
is their.
to.
Yeah, I noticed
that's
this.
5.5 hours from here. Laconia.
That's in
The
Connecticut.
Lake George is 3.5 from here.
Right.
It's 2 hours from Lake George. Up.
Wow.
Well, you're going east from Lake George.
Yeah.
and
2
there's-
hours.
And
That's
there
in
is
New Hampshire, isn't it?
Yes.
and there is no direct highways to get there. One from Albany going east. It's you can take the Massachusetts Turnpike and then some side roads north.
They're
That's about
probably going to have a good year this year because I
it.
tried
It's their
to.
98th year. 98th year they're having it.
I tried to book a room up there.
Did you really?
Yeah. Out. Sold out.
Wow.
Really? Wow.
So I'm going to have to go up there and camp under a tree or something if I decide to go.
Well, they do have campsites, so camping, I believe, should be something like. I mean,
From the pictures I've seen of Laconia, it looks very, very similar to Lake George.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's
Of
all
woodsy,
that's-
lakey
you're in,
areas.
It's the White Mountains, white and green mountains up there. I think it's the White Mountains. White Mountains, yeah. But
A lot of lakes. It looks really beautiful. And they also have a. I saw a picture. It looked like they also had the wheelboat
a paddle wheelboat.
up there.
That I don't know, but maybe we could check it out. We have that ability.
So I'm surprised we don't have New Jersey doesn't have one. Like a
Jersey's
bike.
a piece of shit.
I mean, we got the shores and down there. I think it would go over well.
We down
go
at
out
Point
west.
Pleasant. There used to be the Ocean Queen, and I don't know if they're running it. I know they ran it for a bunch of years, but I don't know that they're running it anymore.
Oh, you mean it goes from Jersey to
No.
Virginia?
They had a.
No, what's
they had
that
a,
one that did that? The Delaware.
It's probably in a scene.
You know what I'm talking about, right? The Cape May ferry to.
Oh,
Cape May to lose.
Yeah,
Yes.
that still goes. Yeah,
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Here you go.
No, but the one down in Point Pleasant, it's just a little riverboat that goes around the river area, and you can have dinner on it and stuff like that. That's all.
Oh, that's the one I've heard about.
Yeah, that's still. I think they're still running it.
I think with the reason why I don't have it over in that part of Jersey down south is there's not much good riding there.
No.
Unless, you know what I'm saying? It's not here.
Out west is better spots
Yeah,
for riding.
exactly.
More guys
So-
want to go.
Are we talking about paddle boats or are we talking about riding?
Both.
Like,
lighthouses.
Don't get
No.
No, like you've been to Lake
Are you
George.
talking about like events?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're talking about
You're
like
talking about events, but you're talking about paddle boats.
no.
No, he's talking about paddle boats.
I feel like we're having this like two different conversations.
Well,
but-
no,
It's like
because
it's
at
just-
Americade, Lake
we do
George,
that.
yes,
We
it's
do
great
that.
riding around, but they also, because it's Lake George, they have the paddle boats,
right.
the big
That's
wheelboats.
what he was just saying. That's all.
that they serve dinner.
Because I said I saw pictures of Laconia, and it looked very similar to Lake George.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't realize that. Have you
So
been to
now,
Laconia?
now we're talking about motorcycle events. Would you,
Justin?
You think you could have it in Jersey or not?
Well, we have like.
But
Seaside
week-long
Bike Week.
ones like Laconia and
Well, there's
Americade.
Seaside, what's that? Seaside Bike Week or whatever. the hell
Yeah,
it
but that's really what a weekend, isn't it?
That was actually the hog rally. and they're not doing it in Seaside this year.
No. There was like a Seaside,
Yeah, there was. And I think
not a hog thing. It was like more like just a Seaside. But
really?
I don't know if they're doing that anymore though.
There is a well, we're going to talk about that because we got some things coming up. But there is a I don't know if you want to call it it's a ride. It's a get together that they have. You know where the Stewart's Root Beer is down there in Seaside? There's a Stewart's Root Beer right along the bay right there on 35.
Okay.
But it's got a huge parking lot right on the bay, and they always have a big bike gathering there at one point during the summer. But yeah. Anyways, so yes, I wouldn't die. Today, by the way, boys and girls, today is National Make Lunch Count Day.
No way.
I swear to God. So what that means is if everybody who sits at their desks and eat their lunch from now, what they want you to do is go out and eat lunch.
Crazy.
I know. And today is also National Peach Cobbler Day.
Oh my.
And it is also National Scrabble Day.
Busted.
Ooh.
And National Thomas Jefferson Day.
Freeze.
Yeah.
Thomas Jefferson.
So maybe we should
That's
just
electric.
let me get some of the bull crap out of the way. Motorcycle Podcasters Challenge is happening May 1st through the 21st.
Okay.
And right now I have I think I got 4 other team members that have joined up with me that will be riding for the Motorcycle Men podcast. And we're going to have a lot of fun this year. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Congratulations.
Suffragists have announced their Centennial Ride. The Suffragists is a women's ride organization, and they will be riding from Portland, Oregon to Arlington, Virginia.
Wow.
And they're going to be taking all these 2-lane highways all the way across. They're also going to stop at Sturgis.
How many people?
It's going to be 21 days, 20 nights, July 31st through August 20th. And I'll put links on the website and the show notes where if you want to participate or get involved with this, you can.
Yeah, I want to participate in a conversation on how they have that much fucking time to do stuff like this. I'm
Yeah,
jealous.
I don't know, man. I don't
I'm jealous.
freaking get it. How do people like this? How does
Let's just
anybody?
take 4 weeks and drive across America.
Right. How does anybody do that?
Highway. What the fuck?
How does anybody do it? I don't get it.
Unless they're sponsored.
You know.
Jason.
You know. I mean, even Tim, you get like 14 weeks vacation a year, right? But you couldn't take off 4 weeks in a row, could you?
Technically, you could, right?
Technically, I could.
I remember
if I tie it between. See, we do it in phases, summer and winter, that
Right.
kind of thing. So if I tied it to the end of summer to the beginning of winter, then I can technically get 4 weeks off.
Okay.
Because who was it? Years ago, in the early 2000s, there was a guy there. He took like a fucking month off to go to another country.
That's just
to see his family.
I don't understand that. I mean, could you take off 3 weeks in a row, 4 weeks in a row?
In the winter.
Oh, you could.
Well,
Really?
yeah, because we're not doing shit.
Right.
There's no. I can't even get a Saturday off in fucking in
In the
this
summer.
time of year.
yeah. But Chris, you couldn't take off 2 weeks in a row, could you?
No, I mean.
But here's the thing: they would allow me to. The thing is could I afford to?
There is that. I mean,
So
you get paid for your vacation time.
Yeah, but the thing is, yes. However, because I'm in a commission position.
You're right. There you
So
go.
in my case, I would get somewhat compensated for taking that 2 weeks off in the sense that I wouldn't get nothing, but I
It would be reduced.
well substantially because I wouldn't be selling anything. So I would get like a base number, which wouldn't be
You get a
shit.
base salary then.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be. I mean, that's not paying for,
Like a waitress.
I would need to
Right.
basically.
Then you'd have to work
That's
at the
because
V2
he's
Cafe and
considered
hand
sales, that's
people
why.
burritos.
Yeah, I would have.
Then he'd have to come back with
He'd have to
wearing
go-
a Speedo and start selling those.
He'd have to go to
bites.
get a job at Hooters.
You're right. Sell that thing.
See, now I could. I don't think I could take 2 weeks
I
off.
have the days right now,
I couldn't take 2 weeks.
but if I do that, then I don't have nothing for the rest of the year.
That's right. Exactly the thing. You know,
I
'cause-
could take 12
They
days
don't
off right
increase your vacation time every year.
no, not at all.
Mine went up a couple days. I got 12. I already took 2. I had 14.
I've been at this company now for 4 years. I've been 4 years, and I get 3 weeks vacation
I get 5 weeks in a day
a year.
a year.
And if you don't use it, it just adds on.
No, you can collect up to 440 hours, which is
Wow.
11 weeks.
Jesus Christ, man.
See, now that's like my wife has that.
So you're the only one here that could technically do that.
Yeah.
You could take a month off and then go right across the country and come back, and then you're done.
I could.
Can you cash that out or no?
At the when you retire, they pay you in a lump sum whatever you didn't use. So that's what's happening with my wife. She's going to be leaving with like 12 weeks of vacation.
But anything past that, you don't roll over, so you lose.
No.
So you have to use up to that because you can only carry up to 400.
Well, no, you could sell back like 2 weeks. So you could, in other words, you could sell it back and get the money for 2 weeks.
But then, when you retire,
maintain 440 hours.
but then when you retire, you get the 12 weeks that you have.
No, if you've accumulated them.
Right, if you've accumulated.
Like
Right.
in this case, Diane's
Oh, okay.
accumulated them much, so.
See, I ended up losing 3 days because I forgot.
To wake up.
Yeah, I had vacation days that from last year that weren't used, so I had a total of 15, but I didn't use them up by the end of March.
Oh, you can
So I
roll
lost
over
them.
like 12.
And you forgot? Or you just forgot?
So I lost 5.
Oh,
you
so see,
forgot
because
them?
they don't carry them over anywhere.
They don't
you work.
carry 'em.
No, see, same thing with my company. They don't carry. You don't use.
I
them.
had to
You
use them
or lose them,
last year's up by March 18th.
I can roll
which
over.
totally sucks.
I can roll over a week in addition to what I get. So I have to make sure that before the end of the year, even if I can keep days and kick them into the
Right.
next year, but I can't roll over more than a week. So like, say I have 7, or say I have
So you got to take days off then.
well, yeah. So like, say, or well, if I care about.
Now,
having-
how does that work with you, though? Do you get being your commission,
Yeah.
your day off is only based on the pay, hourly pay. It's not for the commission or
So
the salary pay.
I only get basically my base at that point. I get nothing on top of it. That's what I'm saying. For
That's
me
so
to take,
hard for you to take any time at all.
well, that's right. For me to take 2 weeks off, it's like, yeah, I'll get something for it, but it's going to be substantially less than if I was going. So yes,
That's why it's
I'm
not a wise idea to take it all at once.
Well, no.
You're better off just taking days and make long
I
weekends.
usually do that. I usually take like a day here, a day there, which is why a lot of
Right,
times, like
yeah.
come the winter time, it's like use these days or you're going to lose them because I don't take a ton of time off. You
which
know?
kind of
What's
which
your
is
day off
kind of
now?
suck.
We're closed Sundays, Mondays now, so now I'm just Tuesday through Saturday.
All
All
right.
right. So if you wanted, you could take a Tuesday off and give yourself a 3-day weekend
Yeah.
once,
Yeah.
but not in the summertime.
No.
No. Wow.
So you're
But
not allowed to
you're-
take any vacation in the summer?
Well, we have a blackout period where we can't take out if we wanted to, but it wouldn't be advantageous either way.
Yeah, you lose. You lose too much.
Oh my God! There's such a small window where we really make our money.
So how many bikes you sell this week?
So I have 17 bikes out so far for the month.
17 bikes out.
You sold 17 bikes?
Yeah. What day is it? 13th. Yeah. And
wow.
but remember,
Do you remember what you sold?
no.
You got to write this shit down, man.
Oh, he's got to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that now. Hold on. I just want to get some other things out of the way first, because we're going to talk about that for a while.
So there's only 9 days that I've been open. So in the past 9 days, I've sold 17 bikes.
Wow. I thought you said you had no inventory.
We're very, very low because that's
comes
just
in,
me
it comes in and
selling
goes out.
that. Now imagine everybody else.
Yeah, but I'm saying, so how low is your inventory?
Yeah, man.
You gotta have no inventory at all then.
We're getting bikes in, but I have like no pre-owns. We're getting new bikes now, but it's like drip.
So
and drab.
nobody's buying pre-owns.
I don't have them to sell. I have, I have like 10.
Or pre-owns going for more money?
Yeah, no. You still got that Roadster there, that black one?
No.
It's gone, really?
It's gone.
Wow.
But I mean,
No, not more money. You got to pre-owns are probably cheaper than the brand new bikes.
Yeah, but are they going for more money than they would normally? Would you say the prices have gone up on used
We're
bikes?
pricing them accordingly.
Okay.
Okay. However.
Private sale, yeah, the market is stupid. There's guys trying to sell their bikes for more than they bought them for new.
I noticed that too. Long
the
ago
private
when I
market's
was.
disgusting right now.
The people think they got a
funny you
pile
should say
of
that.
gold. And I'm like,
But now
bro.
they kind of do because people are buying it. My wholesalers are buying stuff from us at crazy numbers.
I don't
Like-
understand how they get away with that.
Well, because
literally,
people are willing to pay it right now.
Right, things are only
why-
worth what people are willing to pay.
That's so stupid. Because, like, literally, I knew it was why, because I've gone through it, and I see people selling Sportsters, 1200s. Shit, you know, I mean, they're nice bikes, nothing special, for as much as my bike is.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, I know, it's crazy.
Here you go, right here.
People
Look at
are
this.
paying for 'em.
92 Harley-Davidson Dyna, $20,000. It's got 16,000 miles
Well, that's
on
what
it.
he's asking. What is he going to get? Is the question.
Why? Is that something special, Justin?
It's a Daytona limited edition.
Does it come with a blowjob and a fucking massage? I mean, what the fuck, man? That's ridiculous.
See,
For-
now this
for a
is
Dyna?
unless if he's trying to sell all three.
I
He's
was
got
gonna
three
say,
bikes.
It says bundle sale.
Okay.
But still, $20,000 for those three bikes? I don't think so.
So
A 92 Dyna. He's got a 2002 Buell.
And something else.
And what is that other thing?
Maybe it's just a 2.
Looks like a Sportster.
I'll give you a perfect
That's a Sportster, Ted. How'd you not recognize that?
I know that's a sports, but the other Dyna's over there. But okay,
The
what is it?
08 Dyna for 11.5 is high.
That's ridiculous.
And a 2005 883 Sportster. So those three bikes, he wants 20 grand. Yeah, I don't think so. But
There's people that are selling bikes like literally
now look, the
for
sport
more than they were worth when they were new.
the sport. Well, he's got a 51 Panhead rebuilt motor, rebuilt transmission. Well, that's a different story. He added that in
Is
there.
that in the 20?
Yeah,
Oh, well, that's a good deal.
there you go. There it is.
Oh, wow, yeah.
It's less of a good
Must
deal.
be great on gas.
And there's the engine. Yeah, it's good on gas because it's not running. But the Sportster this guy's selling has only got 297 miles on it.
Oh, boy.
Wow, so it's been sitting. Anyway.
Sorry, it's still too much. Sorry.
Yeah. Hey, the Myrtle Beach Bike Week Spring Rally is still happening. So if you want to get down to Myrtle Beach and get on there on the Grand Strand,
Grand Strand.
They call it the Grand Strand. That's what it is.
Oh, that's what they call it?
Yeah, it's 11 miles long.
I thought he was trying to say sand.
No. It's between May 7th and May 16th is the Spring Rally.
That's perfect.
It's been going on since 1940, the Spring Rally. It's, you know what? Myrtle Beach Bike Week is
He
okay.
doesn't even hear you.
I have to ignore him. I have to ignore it and just keep going. Everything that happens at the Myrtle Beach Bike Week happens down at Murals Inlet. That's where all the bars are, and that's where everything happens. Now, there's other stuff that happens along the 11-mile stretch of the Grand Strand, but it's so spread out, it's not even... It's borderline fun, you know. But there's some great riding in the area, so if you want to check that out, check it out. Yeah. And there's a new app out. It's called Oli. That's OALLEY. Now, here's what's cool about the Oli app. Say you have an hour available, and you want to know how far you can go in an hour. The Oli app will tell you how far you can drive in any amount of time. Does that sound cool or what? For example. Yeah? Well, maybe.
Well, come on, let's talk.
All right, so you say you want to. We'll go away from here, from Cranford. Just starting location. We'll just say Cranford, right?
X
Crabford.
What the frick are you typing?
I'm busy. What do you want to talk about? Cranford. All right. Cranford, New Jersey. Now you want to know how far? Give me a time. How long?
1 hour and 30 minutes.
1 hour and 30 minutes.
So is this round trip?
Just no distance. How far you can go in an hour and 30 minutes.
So it's just one way.
One way. And it gives you a range. Now, it's thinking about it. That's how far you can drive in an hour and a half.
Now,
That's based on local roads, highway speeds, everything.
is it based on traffic? Because it's wrong.
Yeah, that's
Because
fucking
all-
wrong.
anything-
No,
Does it take time a year?
this is based on there's nobody else on the road but
Anything
you.
east of that blue dot that is
No
Cranford
fucking way.
is not an
Right.
is an
No.
hour and a half to go
No.
that far.
Are
You cannot.
kidding? You couldn't get to the word New York in an hour.
I mean,
That's
yeah,
right. I know.
Poughkeepsie in an hour. Get the fuck out of here.
An hour and a half. Yes, you could, because that's all highway, man. I'm guarantee you could. But that's what that is. So now, what's cool about this? Say you, for example, okay, well, that's not enough. You want to add a new area. You want to also know how far you can go in, say, 3 hours from Cranford.
It's funny. The distance east
Watch.
is still going to be the same.
This is going to get cool. That's how far you could go in 3 hours. This is a pretty cool app. That's how again, and you'll notice.
So you go to Ohio.
You could go. No.
No,
Pennsylvania.
we
What
were
Halfway through PA.
Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
PA. You can get in. You can get to Baltimore. But this is pretty cool. I think it's a pretty neat site. But check it out. OALLEY.net. And it's free. That's pretty funny.
Oh, let me find an instrument I can play too.
Nice. I want to get into quickly to some listener email, if you don't mind.
Oh, we got some.
we got some fan mail.
Cool.
And this this one comes from Josh out in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. Lebanon. Says, hi, guys. I found your podcast maybe a year ago and went through your backlog of episodes. I really enjoy the normal episodes, just shooting the shit and talking bikes and riding.
We read this one last episode.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't.
Because we talked about
No, we
Pony
didn't.
Boy.
No, that's not the same guy.
Okay.
Yes, it is. I'm sorry.
Unfucking believable.
I know.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, I lost it. Anyway, I did get another email, but I can't find it. I am an idiot. I'm telling you, man. I tell you what, it's hard. It's hard doing everything. I'm sorry, it's hard doing everything. It is. It gets hard doing everything. You don't have to answer that. All right.
You should have a folder for listener emails so that you can just go there instead of having to find
Actually, I
them.
actually did, but I didn't address it. Properly. I didn't address it properly, so.
Great. We get one email and we can't
Let
even
him
see
know.
it.
Anyway, he had asked about apps or ways to meet other riders, and I went through that, and there's several different apps you can use to meet other riders. You have Meetup, for one, if you want to do check out some other events that might be happening. It's called Meetup.
No.
Motorcycle swap meets, virtual meets, and stuff like meets and greets and whatever stuff like that. It's called Meetup.com. What's the matter? It also, but you know what about Meetup? It's not just motorcycle related; it's everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, pretty much, kind of. There's also Bike Meets. This is a new site called Bike Meets. I have never heard of it until recently. What Chris is chuckling over here. What? Come on. What? Share.
Bike meets.
Bike Meets. Not Bike Meets. Not like MEAT. Bike Meets.
Bike meats.
Bite meat.
It's meat shaped like random motorcycles.
And of course, you got Let'sRide.com. And of course, then there's Motorcycle Roads. Of course. Rever. And you have the HD Ride app and Tunnit. The Tunnit app is another thing.
Yeah, you don't use Rever anymore.
You know, here's the thing. I used.
I think it's funny because you were busting everybody's balls for fucking ever. Good Rever. No, I don't like Rever anymore. You fucking asshole.
I know. So I bailed on Rever and I went to the Harley Davidson Ride app, and I used it for one whole year just to see, what was comparison, and Harley Davidson Ride app has its limitations. Doesn't have all the bells and whistles that Rever has. And I tried to use Rever this last the ride we went on. I used Rever for, and what I didn't like, Rever got pissed off because I wasn't moving for a certain amount of time, so it saved the ride and exited. It saved it. Okay, your ride's done.
I never heard of that.
It did, and I don't know why it would have done that.
Didn't you record it once by accident in your house and it was just you walking?
Yeah.
I
Oh
know what
yeah.
you're talking about.
Chris does
Rever's
that all
never
the time.
done that to me.
comes over
I
there.
literally, I came home from a ride and it records me walking around my house all night.
Oh, it does that.
Snap.
The
Yeah,
day I met you down at Harley and you picked up your bike and stuff like that, right? It recorded me walking around inside Harley, and then we went on our ride. And you remember when we got up to the Wawa up there up there? We stopped there. It stopped working right there, and then it restarted again.
That's just a random thing. It
It just is also weird.
It's like that day we were riding. I hit the finish button to save it, and it just crashed out, and I lost the whole ride.
See, now that's.
But that's an app thing because you can't tell me that doesn't happen to all apps. I'm sure Harley's crashed on you a couple times.
It has never crashed on me.
Really?
It never crashed on me. Now, the thing is about Rever, they've added some new features to Rever now where you can get the Butler maps and use them offline as well, which is really a cool feature. especially if you're in an area where you're not getting a cell signal and you need a map, But one thing I didn't like that Rever did was they eliminated their monthly pro plan. If you wanted to join their pro plan, it was $7.95 a month, $8 a month. Now that could work for me. Now if you want that, it's a $45 or $40 fee up front. I don't always have $40 up front that I can blow on.
Yeah, but is that good for a year?
Yeah, it's a year. So it's a better value.
That ain't bad.
It's a better value, right? But for maybe somebody who's on a tight budget like myself, $40 right now is not good. It's not, But anyway.
Speaking of bikes and riding and stuff like that, as a cyclist, do you have a GPS on your bike?
I use, as a matter of fact, it's kind of sort of, it is. It's the ride program that I use.
Which one?
I use Strava from time to time, but it's the Wahoo ride app that I use, and it just tracks me, just like Strava.
You don't have a specific GPS on your bike, though?
No, not a specific GPS. No, it's my phone through the ride app, and that's what I use. But that's pretty good too, and that never fails.
Yeah, the whole thing with the new phones, we got past that now. We don't need them anymore.
Well, no, because it's funny because I use Strava, but I also have a, the company Lizine.
Garmin? Lizine, yeah.
I have their GPS because
I didn't know they made a GPS. I know they make other stuff.
They do, and there's an app that you can sync it to, but that will actually work on non-road. Like, that'll basically, you'll know where you're at. Yeah. Even if you're not on the road, whereas Strava's not gonna.
Right. Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I don't think it does.
Because
you need your phone to be
right,
like in service.
Now, I know that Garmin makes bicycle specific bike computers, and it doesn't matter where you go with it; it'll record your ride, which is fine. I have a handheld GPS, Garmin GPS, that I used on my mountain bike. And
my Lizine's like
it's about that big. Yeah. They were great, and you can use them on your motorcycle too if you wanted to. Just so you know. All right, well, let's get away from that. Let's get to something. Oh, by the way, today's ride of the day is the Arches National Park ride. It's an 18-mile long ride that goes through Arches National Park from the beginning all the way to the end of the park.
And where's that? Moab, of course.
In Moab. And I tell you what, if you've never been to Arches National Park, you owe it to yourself to do this ride. It is a beautiful, beautiful area. It's absolutely gorgeous. I actually did not. I didn't do this on a motorcycle. I actually rode in there with you all.
You're fired.
I rode through Arches National Park in a car, and the vistas are absolutely stunning. Everything that you can see, they're just absolutely amazing.
Did you go there?
Yes, I did. I went to all these places.
Can you get rid of the Sweetwater app there? Bottom left.
Well, this is
Edge. Always here. It's over to the left-hand side. It says Edge. There you go. There you go. Good boy.
And again, this is unfortunately this is through the Motorcycle Roads app, and it's which I just touted, and now it's the photos aren't enlarging, which is kind of messed up. Anyway, but that's the ride of the day. Arches National Park. There'll be links to this in the show notes. All right, let's get on to motorcycle crap. Justin rode a new motorcycle.
What?
Get out.
He did. Tell us what you rode, Justin.
The Pan America.
You did ride the Pan America.
It was awesome.
It was awesome, huh? Was it?
Dude, let me tell you something.
So do you have one in your shop?
No.
Oh, okay. They sent you someplace?
So, Harley, one of the things that's really cool about how Harley will do training every now and again is they will allow you to ride their bike along with supplying the other competitors' brands' bikes. So that not only can you just sit and have a conversation about what you're selling, but you can also have a conversation with somebody who may be looking at those other things instead of going, I don't know anything about those.
Right. Okay.
So they brought
That's smart.
the Pan Am, they brought the BMW GS, they brought the Ducati Multistrada, and then they brought some KTM. I forget what model that was.
No Triumph?
No.
I'm shocked.
I'm surprised they wouldn't brought the Tiger or the Honda Africa Twin.
Well, what's that new Triumph that came out? The newish. Well, what the hell's it called?
Oh.
Somebody will correct me on one.
I don't know. But anyway, let's talk about the Pan America. Okay. So
Pan America.
So I spoiled myself a little bit because I rode the Pan Am first, and I shouldn't have.
My father-in-law told me many years ago, he said, if you're going to go to any of the Caribbean islands, visit them all. Go to them all, but go to Bermuda last. Because if you go to Bermuda first,
Yeah, it's a waste.
every one of the other ones will seem like shitholes to you. And he was right, because we went to Bermuda first, and every place we went after that, we were like, yeah. So, go ahead.
So not only did I ride the Pan Am first, but I rode the Pan Am Special.
Oh.
So I took it out, and you know, it's one of those things where sometimes you don't know. There's times that you just know how good something is, and then there's other times you don't know how good something is until you compare it, right? So this was kind of both at the same time. So immediately getting on it, it's just so different than what we're used to. There's all kinds of technology on that screen that's not the same as what's on the other touring bikes that have infotainment systems.
Sure.
So it's one of those things where it's like, okay, I'm looking at something I've never looked at before. You know what I mean?
Right.
So getting used to that 10 seconds before you take the bike out is kind of like, where is everything? You know what I mean? But a lot of really cool info in there. So we start the bikes, we get out on the road. Nimble as all can be. The transmission is unbelievable. I know this is going to sound a little counterproductive, but I'll explain it. It was like butter smooth and tight at the same time. There was no lag. It just clicked so effortlessly and easy right into where you wanted to be. There was no play, there was no nothing. It was literally just boom, and everything happened. Was
there the classic Harley Davidson clunk? No, wasn't there.
No. It was from like an engineering standpoint, like as far as like this being like a machine.
Yeah.
It was really, really, really impressive. The power is awesome. I mean, it's 150 horsepower from the factory, so the power's awesome. It revs a little bit more. Oh yeah, it revs a little bit more like a sport bike, so you can really wind up the RPMs rather than like, you know, where you're in that like, let's say like 3 to 4,500 RPM range typically on like a Harley cruiser. You know, you can really wrap this thing up. The auto adjusting suspension is unbelievable. The semi-active suspension is unbelievable, and the cool thing is they had a specific test route set up for us, and it was a mix of local and highway, so you could get a feel for both. When I came back from it, not only was I incredibly impressed, but I was comfortable. I could have stayed on it that much longer. You know what I mean? When I got on so I rode the Ducati next. The Ducati, I didn't even finish the whole route because it sucked. And I'm not saying that Ducati as a whole sucks. I'm saying that particular bike sucked.
Was it a new bike?
Well, yeah.
It was new.
They just missed the mark on it. It was the power wasn't there. It wasn't comfortable. It was equally as nimble, I guess, but they missed the mark on it.
In your opinion.
Well, not a single person that rode it felt any different.
Okay. Unfortunately,
and listen, Ducati does make really nice motorcycles. It's just they didn't do it with this one.
Right.
The KTM had great power, especially the first gear was a little bit lacking, which I was surprised because everybody I talked to that rode the KTM was like, oh, this thing's got crazy power, and I get into first gear, and I'm like, I don't feel it, but then you kick into second gear, and you're like, there it is. You know what I mean? It's got a crazy good second gear. The power was definitely there. That part of that bike was a lot of fun. The problem was that was really it. It wasn't comfortable. That one, by the time I got back from test riding that thing, I couldn't wait to get off of it. It was physically uncomfortable, and the test ride's not that long. So it's like...
How long was the test ride? 20 miles?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Would you say it's like mentally exhausting in a way because you have to work it a little harder? You know what I'm saying? You have to,
It's not so much that. It was that the position. Like I felt it in my ass. I felt it in my body. It just wasn't comfortable. I aimed for bumps on the Pan Am just to see because let's face it, we're taking it off road.
Sure.
The off road is you're gonna feel everything. It's gonna be really the terrain is gonna be constantly changing and shifting versus if you're on the road and it's for argument's sake largely the same.
Right. Okay. No, it's good.
Yeah, all right. I was gonna say it's like
No, that's good.
I'll walk out of here.
That's good.
I'm not repeating it.
I was aiming for bumps on the Pan Am, and you barely feel them. I was not aiming for bumps on the KTM, and there was a couple times that it was like launching me off the seat. Like it was just so much more of a rough ride. The KTM I can see being a lot of fun off road. It's just a bit more antiquated and a little bit more, I'd say, rough around the edges in comparison. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Would you compare it to like older technology?
kind of, it's like it's just gonna feel more of like
It's tried and true, so let's stick with it.
Kind of like you're riding a dirt bike.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's,
Right, yeah,
it's
okay.
capable, but it's gonna beat the shit out of you.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The closest thing in comparison, all in all, I would say would be the BMW GS. But to be honest with you, and I'm not just saying this because I worked there, I really felt that that the Harley was better. And one of the reasons that I felt that way was the Harley made better power, and because the BMW is the opposed twin engine, I do a lot of engine braking. I do a lot of throttle work and that sort of thing. And because it's the opposed twin engine, there was a couple times that I was doing those things and breaking the tires loose.
Really?
Because the engine was torquing from side to side instead of forward and back.
Yeah. Did it feel unbalanced to you? The BMW?
No. It was comfortable to ride. It handled well. There was... I don't remember what model it was. There was one model where the high beam... it's like a thumb switch up top.
Sure.
That kind of comes out. And every time I would go for the clutch, I would hit the high beam. That was annoying as shit. I can't remember which model that was now. I guess if anybody out there has ridden one of the three, they'll know exactly which one it was, because it was every time I went for the clutch, I hit it. BMW is nice, but for the price point of the Harley being where it is versus... I still felt like it was superior to all of them. To me, it was a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I had a ton of fun. After riding it and experiencing it, I have no doubt that it's going to be a huge hit. I mean, for anybody who has experienced those other bikes, if they come and ride it, the thing...
I've never rode that style of bike, so I'm interested to drive one now.
The thing that you always worried about in that situation is there's like guys like the BMW that's been like the go-to for so long that it's like, how do you make something that compares to that? So it's got to be better, right?
Yeah, it has to be, because you're right, because that bike there that is huge.
It's been the staple of that particular genre of motorcycle.
That genre, because I see them all over the fucking place.
So in order to win that, it's got to be better, or it's got to be cheaper. It's got to be both. And, in my opinion,
it's all three.
I think they really did it.
BMW's expensive, right?
The BMW I think is like what 23 or something like that,
wow.
and this one's 20, and it was better. It was more comfortable. The technology is amazing. It was a really, really, really impressive bike.
Now the front end on that bike looks heavy because of the fairing that's on it. The Pan America.
Okay.
Did you feel that? No.
I'll be honest with you. I was really impressed.
Yeah. Would you own one?
If I had, well, yeah. I mean, all things considered, yes. If I had the extra money, I mean,
You think that would? Let's put it this way.
I'm
Here's
not
the
replacing
big
my
question.
Road King.
If you had the money to buy that bike, would you find that you would start riding that bike more than the other one?
Well, here's what I'll tell you, and this is the God's honest truth, right? So, I ride bikes every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I always came home and loved my bike.
Yeah.
So, I rode the Pan Am, and I had an absolute ball on it.
Yeah.
And then I rode my bike home, and I was like, this thing's a fucking pig. And I've never felt like that on my bike before.
Wow. And I know how much you love your bike.
Yeah, and I've never felt like that before. Like, I've let other people ride my bike, and they're like, you sure you don't have motor work done to this? And I'm like, no. You know what I mean? Like, my bike, it's a great bike. It's a strong bike. I can ride the balls off of this thing. But after riding that motor, I was like, I mean, let's face it. You're comparing 150 horsepower. It's probably, it's I'm under 100 for sure.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Softails, I think we all flat out stock. I think we're nothing more than 80, 85.
That's what I'm saying. So I mean, you're just shy of like doubling it. You know what I mean? So it's a noticeable
So I said
difference.
before,
for
150.
sure.
Not only that, so now you're talking about this new
And a lighter bike.
the new Revolution engine, which is what you're on.
It's an awesome motor.
It's quiet too, I bet, right? Significantly quieter than what you would expect.
You know what?
How was the exhaust note? Let's get to that.
It's cool. So, you know what I kind of felt like? So, this is going to sound like super corny, but it's the only thing I can compare it to. Because we were riding in a group.
Yeah.
So, like, here's all of us on these bikes, and then, we're trying to get a feel for what it can do. So, we're riding them.
Oh,
you know
sure,
what I'm saying?
yeah, I know.
We're not doing 15
You're
miles
flogging
an hour
it,
on
right?
this thing. So,
He's flogging the hell out of that thing, is what he's doing.
But you have to.
What it kind of felt like was, like in action movies, like when you see the guys on like from like the bank robbery scenes, or they're getting ready to like hijack like an armored truck, and you see like the dudes on the bikes coming in,
Sure,
and like what that group kind of like looks like, and that sound, that's kind of what it sounded like. You know what I mean? Like I felt like if I didn't have like Harley Davidson dealer plates on the back of it, it's like we're going to rob a frickin' bank or something. You know what I mean? Hijack a truck. It's got a cool sound. It's definitely different than Harley's sound, and keep in mind it's a totally different motor design. Because it's it's got the overhead cam, the overhead valve. It's a totally different.
Is that water cooled?
Yeah,
it is water cooled.
What's it like?
Really cool. It's got a really cool sound.
Because you have. What's it like? Because all of our bikes have low profiles now. What's it like riding a high bike in the turns?
Well, so here's the cool thing, right? So because of the
did you find yourself accidentally leaning too much with that bike?
No, because the thing is it's auto adjusting suspension. You can change the seat heights because there's different slots that you can slide the seat in. So at no point was I not flat-footed. So when you pull up to a stop, the bike lowers. When you take off, it raises. And then as you're riding, it
automatically adjusts while you're riding?
That's fucking badass.
Now that's badass.
So
Come on.
You don't when I say you don't feel anything, I mean that comparatively.
Yeah.
Right? You still feel stuff, but like it is so smooth as far as what it compensates and adjusts for in comparison to all these other bikes where you feel like you're getting like knocked around.
So the turns didn't feel weird on a high bike?
I'm telling you, the bike was amazing. It was so impressive. Like, so they give it to me and it's in rain mode. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like the most like dumbed down. And I'm like, sport mode. I was in sport mode before I got to the fucking stop sign leaving the dealership because I'm like, fuck that, dude. If I'm gonna see what this thing feels like, I want to know what sport mode.
Now, how many different modes did it have?
It's basically the same modes as the Livewire.
Okay, all right.
In that sense, it's
okay.
There's a lot of similarities.
So it's got the eco mode. It's got the rain mode, regular ride mode.
There's a lot of technology similarities to the technology of the Livewire.
Right.
Like there's a lot of crossover there. It was just. I mean, look. Here's the deal. I'm gonna tell everyone, no matter if it's your style or not, when they show up at the dealerships, what just happened? Is that my fault?
Yeah.
When they show up at the dealerships and they have a demo or a demo day or whatever, you got to just ride it because it is awesome, and for the price, dude, I'm telling you, it's this. They got this one right. This one's gonna be a big hit. There was even a guy that I work with that never has anything positive to say about anything, and he got off the bike and was like, "Harley did this one right. I would buy this."
Jesus, wow.
Yeah, it's thoroughly impressive. They have really cool features that you can add to it. They thought of everything. You can tell that they didn't just slap something together and rush it to production. They did their research. They asked the people who know. They asked the people who ride it, and they figured out a way, in my opinion, to make a superior product, a better product than the competition, and they were able to do it for less, which is what we've been asking Harley to do for the longest fucking time, and they did it. So, I mean, this is one that I truly, hands down, have to commend them, have to give them kudos.
When is it going to be available?
In June, isn't it?
Well, with any luck, we should be getting them around May.
Oh, man.
I want to test run. I'm going to test ride.
It was.
I don't think I've ever heard you go on, even with the Livewire, I've never heard you go on about a bike as much as you
because
have
you know what the
this one.
thing was, that the Livewire was interesting in its own right, but it's different. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
That's more of a racer. That's why.
well,
No,
it's
no.
it's not.
I don't think so.
It's not a bike in the same sense. You know, for me, you're just twisting the throttle and going. It's more like being like on a ride or a roller coaster at that point. You know what I mean? It's like, it's fast as shit. You know what I mean? And that's what's cool about it. But the thing is
But it's not a utility level like that bike.
well, you're not shifting gears. The cool thing about this bike is like you're still controlling all those things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you put it in
6 speed,
sport
right?
mode, yeah, and you're upshifting, you're downshifting, you're playing with everything. You know what I mean? You're that much more involved. Where the Livewire is cool because it's just really fast, but you're just going like this.
Yeah, you're just twisting. That's it.
You know what I mean?
Handling.
There's no. That's it.
Yeah.
So it was like, it was cool to experience. It's cool because it's not popular yet, as far as like, it's just not our everyday. Electric bikes, for argument's sake, are still fairly new. So that's what makes it unique, is the novelty of that. But what's cool about this bike was that they were actually able to tap into a market that was never theirs, that's been very well established and deeply rooted, and in their first bike coming out of it, in my opinion, be able to exceed what's out there.
So you're saying go out there and try it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Now, what do you know of Harley Davidson announcing an electric cruiser? Have you seen this yet?
Mm-mm.
You have not. Harley Davidson has announced an electric cruiser, and I saw this in a post somewhere, and I wanted to find it to show you guys, and I'll be damned if I can find it now. Of course, naturally I can't find it, but I did see that somewhere. But it knew what it looked like. It looked like a Street Glide.
Really?
Yeah, and it looked like it had the Livewire motor in it.
Oh, that was an April Fool's thing.
Was that really?
Yeah.
I tell you what, you sure that was?
I have the picture.
Oh, do you really? Because I saw that, and I was like, what? I mean, it looks great. It really looks like it would really work. It looked really awesome.
I
So,
think the weight would just throw it right off and wouldn't.
no, I don't think so.
You don't think?
I don't think so.
Hold on, I have the picture. God, what the fuck did they call it? Yeah, that was a
Electric Glide or something like
electric glide. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is it? Because did you notice that they announced it on April 1st?
that? Nope.
Oh, you got fooled, Ted. Yeah, we're really
Chris.
Yeah, that was it. That's it. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Doesn't that look great? I mean,
Yeah, it
It does work.
it does work.
Aesthetically, it works.
Yeah. Hey, let's do some business.
Business.
Business. We got to do some business. You ready, Tim, to do some business?
Sure. Let's do some business.
Is Justin going to help you with the business? Motorcycle Man Podcast is brought to you by Scorpion Helmets.
Scorpion helmet!
They're offering high-quality, innovative motorcycle helmets and technical apparel at an incredible value.
Put it on your head.
To more, you go where to?
Scorpion helmets and put it on your head.
ScorpionUSA.com.
That's what I said.
And of course, you put on your Scorpion helmet and then you go over to Shinko
And put on rubbers.
and put on some rubber.
That's right.
Because they
you gotta
have
put something on your head and something on your rubbers.
and they got tired to suit your needs for riding style that you have, without breaking your back out. So go to Shinko Tire USA and tell them what.
And then you Shinko.
That's right, and you tell them the Motorcycle Man sent you. And wild ass seats
And then when you switch positions, you get to the wild ass seats. Yes.
You can improve your comfort and ability to stay in the saddle longer with the cushion from Wild Ass Seats. So
That's
if you're
right.
tired of those painful pressure points and fatigue, you go to wild-ass.com and get your cushion today for your what?
Your wild ass.
Your wild ass. And of course, Uclear Digital Communications.
Gotta hear what you're doing.
That's right. They've built these things based on the feedback from riders and dealers and industry experts and professionals. They got their Uclear's Dynamesh compatible intercom, powerful music, crystal clear audio, and all of that. It's great stuff. I use it. It's fantastic. And this is so good.
It's not me clear, it's you clear.
It's Uclear. That's right, brother. Go to ucleardigital.com. You tell them that the Motorcycle Men sent you. And, of course, our good friends.
Oh, my God. We got to get in Dave's pants.
You got to go over to Tobacco Motorwear for the best in casual riding gear for men and women. There's only one place you should be going, and that's where, Tim?
Tobacco Motorwear.
That's right. And you want to visit them at tobaccomotorwear.com, and our listeners will get 10% off when you
say Moto Man.
And you go get yourself in Dave's pants.
That's right. You get
That's
Dave's
right.
pants.
All right, boys. That's enough of that. All right, now, you know what it is time for now. It is time for Justin's wacky off-the-wall quiz where he's going to ask us the things about what's in his refrigerator.
Okay.
I didn't bring the questions this week.
You didn't bring
Nah,
the
I'm just kidding.
All right, before we get on with that, so far we have, I have 13 points, Chris has 12, and Tim has 9.
Stink.
So we're there.
Well, let's do this thing.
Let's do this. Here we go. Here's our quiz. Everybody at home, get out your pens and pencils and your thinking caps.
All
And
right.
keep score for yourself and let us know what you did.
So we got Chris, Ted, and Tim.
And while Justin's doing
There's
that,
another pad over here, dude.
while he's doing that,
I'm good.
our domestic leader in downloads this week was San Francisco. And our last place city in the United States is Elkhorn City in Kentucky. We have 1 download in Elkhorn City. International leader is Blackheath, England. Last place city internationally is Berup, Scotland, which is over there by Germany. And last place country is Bermuda. We got 1 listener in Bermuda. And the pulling double duty for the I Might Be Married to My Sister award goes to our 1 listener in Elkhorn City, Kentucky, which has a population of 986. So there's a very good chance your spouse is your sibling.
Wow.
All right, you bastards ready?
All right. Well, are the bastards ready? We are. Go ahead.
Go.
Question number 1.
Number 1.
Meaning peregrine falcon. This bike model was named after a bird capable of reaching speeds of up to 240 miles per hour. A. Panigale, which is Ducati. B. The Versys, which is Kawasaki, spelled Versys, if that makes a difference. C. Hayabusa, which is Suzuki. And D. Genesis, which is Yamaha.
I'm going with the Hayabusa.
Number 1.
Panigale for you.
Panigale.
Hayabusa for you.
Hayabusa.
Well, that gong is incredibly fitting because the name Hayabusa means peregrine falcon in Japanese as well.
Whoa.
As was a World War II kamikaze fighter plane, the Nakajima Ki-43, more widely known as the Zero.
Yep.
Hayabusa.
Give me my points.
How about that? All right. Tim
I
picks
know.
up on that.
I know somebody that owns a Hayabusa.
Oh, do you?
It's a sick bike. It's a fucking 220 mile an hour bike. It's
All
just
right.
built for fucking
give me that
going
point?
fast.
I did. Yeah, I took away a point.
We're going backwards now.
Over the years, this is number 2. I know you like me to announce the numbers.
Question number 2.
Over the years, various makes and models have held the title of fastest production motorcycle. From 1958 to 1967, coming in at 55 horsepower and a top speed of 122 miles per hour, which model was it?
Ooh.
Was it A, the Harley-Davidson Sportster, B, the BSA Rocket 3, C, the Kawasaki Z1, or D, the Triumph Thunderbird?
I'm going to say Triumph Thunderbird.
What was the? Read them off again.
The A is the Sportster, B is the BSA Rocket 3, C is the Kawasaki Z1, and D is the Triumph Thunderbird.
BSA.
Yeah, I'm going with the
I
BSA.
was going to say the BSA. Yeah,
BSA.
but
Do you want
right.
to change your answer?
Yeah, give me the BSA.
You want all three of you?
Oh, no, BSA.
All right.
BSA in
I
it.
have a feeling this is going to end badly.
The most drawn out. Holding the title for the fastest production bike from 1958 to 1967, the Harley-Davidson
Get
Sportster
the fuck out of
Really?
here.
was setting records.
No kidding. I am disappointed in myself. I should have known that. Being the
rem-
Sportster fan I am.
I didn't give him that credit. Back
It
then.
remained the fastest V-twin until 1971, getting surpassed in 1968 by the BSA Rocket 3, which was an inline 3, which made just 3 more horsepower and went 3 miles per hour faster. The current leader is the BMW S1000RR, which is an inline 4, making 205 horsepower, capable of 193 miles per hour.
Yep.
So neither
Wow.
one, none of you guys get that.
How about that? I am very disappointed. I should have got that. I should have known. So I didn't even think the Sportster would have even been on that list.
Yeah. So, admittedly, I don't know how to pronounce the name of this company.
Question number 3.
Question number 3. So, in the U.S., you would pronounce it bra.
Bro, BROUGH.
Yeah, and in
Okay.
U.K., you would pronounce it bruff.
Right.
So I don't know which one it actually is. I'll just say bruff.
Call it the bro.
I'll just say it. But anyway. Bruff Motorcycles were the first company to advertise speeds of over 100 miles per hour. What year did they make this claim? 1924, 1937, 1942, or 1953?
37.
1953.
42.
Brawl or Bruff, however you want to pronounce it, motorcycles were the first to advertise a top speed over 100 miles per hour on their SS100 in 1924.
Oh, we were all wrong.
Considered to be innovative even today, they were the first to have twin headlights, crash bars, and a 1,000cc V-twin engine.
Wow.
Every SS1000 was road tested to over 100 miles per hour or it was returned to the factory.
Wow.
George Bruff wrote his advertising describing his bikes as atmosphere disturbers.
I like that.
Oh.
Atmosphere disturbers.
Oh.
No way.
All right.
Perfect.
On to question 4.
Question number 4.
Prior to the
MG.
Excuse me. Prior to the gear shift lever being invented, motorcycles were operated by a foot clutch and a hand shifter.
Correct.
Yep.
Harold Willis invented this lever in what year? 1955, 1951, 1929, or 1927?
1929.
Yeah, so I'm going to say 1929 as well.
27.
Really?
Harold Willis of Velocette Motorcycles invented the gear shift lever in Ted's favorite year of 1927.
Nice.
Damn it.
Congratulations.
Nice. You're only 2 years off, so look at it that way.
So just to let you guys know,
Yeah.
I only got one right so far.
it is currently a three-way tie at 1 point.
I got one right so far.
So this might actually come down to the bonus question. So this could be interesting.
Okay.
But I have one more.
All right. Question number 5.
Believed to be true and cited by multiple sources, Harley-Davidson reportedly used a tomato can for what component on their first single-cylinder engine?
Oh, I know this.
Do you?
I know this. I think I know this.
So that means you have to answer last?
A, fuel tank. B, oil tank. C, carburetor. Or D, headlight housing.
I'm going to say oil tank.
I'm going to say D. Headlight housing.
Carburetor.
According to multiple sources, HD used a tomato can for a carburetor on their first single-cylinder engine capable of a top speed of 25 miles per hour.
Damn. You know, and back then, that was ripping fast.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, we just broke the three-way tie. Now it's time to bonus land. Where
Bonerland.
Yep, boner land.
Time for Bonerland. All right. Now, what's the scoring on the points with these now?
All right, so
Whatever I
Bonerland.
get right is 1,000 points.
1,000 points?
1,000 points.
What's the matter? This is scoring as of last week.
I
So
know.
I picked up 2 so far. So I'm at 15, and Chris is at 13. Right?
I'm at 10.
And Tim's at 10.
all right, so
See,
the first bonus question is going to be worth 3 points, and then I'll decide the second after whatever happens here.
wow, make it up as we go along. All right.
That's what I do best. Bonus question numero uno.
Number 1.
Pizza.
The Fat Bob, while a very popular model at the moment, was first produced in what year? A, 1977. B, 1979. C, 1984. Or D, 1997.
I'm going to go with 97.
What's it, 4 years?
77, 79, 84, 97.
84.
I got to take 84. I'm pretty sure it was 84. Can I change my answer?
Sure.
79, you said?
77, 79, 84, 97.
Gimme.
Yeah, yeah. Leave it at 84. I was going to change it to 79, but leave it at 84.
The gong has gone off, so answers are locked in. The FXEF Fat Bob was introduced in 1979. Nicknamed Fat because of its dual gas tanks.
You know, and that's one of the questions that I dished out when I did the Harley.
Was it?
Yes, it was.
No shit.
Yeah, it was worded differently, but
All right. So then, because nobody got that, this next
We
one,
all lose 3 points.
this next one's worth 5 points.
5 points each.
Now, I just want to, before I go into bonus question number 2, in fairness to everybody at the table,
Yes.
one of my bonus questions was specific to you.
Uh-oh.
One of my bonus questions was specific to you, but yet up until this point, I had not done one specific to you. So tonight is your night,
Ooh.
and this is your chance to win 5 points by knowing information about you specifically.
So he has to answer last.
Well,
It doesn't
we'll
matter.
see. It's
Well,
still
no,
not,
because it could be by me, and I just don't pay attention to myself.
it's still not an easy one.
So
It's not an easy
I
one.
don't pay attention.
I don't pay attention to myself. So
Okay.
Question number 2.
Whatever.
yeah.
How many miles did Chris's Fat Boy have on it when he first bought it? A, 9,662.
You notice exactly.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
B, 9,864. C, 10,093. D, 10,427. 9662, 9864.
No, it was over 10,000.
10093, 10427.
10,427.
That one.
No, you can't answer the same one. You got to pick your own.
That one.
That one, 10427,
I'm going to go with number 3. 10097, whatever it is.
10093.
Yeah, go with that one.
You just got yourself 5 points.
Did I really?
I know it was over 10,000. I thought it was a little bit more.
Chris, you bought your bike with 10,093 miles on it.
How many miles do you have on it now?
Exactly 56,000 something.
No.
You can't say exactly and then end it with something.
Well, when I brought the bike to get my, this is great. When I brought the bike to get the gaskets fixed, I showed up there. When I shut the bike off, 56,000 even.
And then we went off and did a 139-mile ride.
Then 130, so I got 56,000. Well, plus whatever.
Coming back home.
I got 56,200 something now on there
Okay.
Wow.
So you've put on 40,000 miles on your bike since you've had it.
in 5 years.
That's pretty good.
Wow.
Yeah, so Tim got 1 point, Chris got 1 point, and Ted got 7.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
So we said we were going to play this game to 21. So
Next week's it.
next week's it.
Only if you get one right.
Only if I get one right. So if I goof
Yeah,
it,
so we have to keep it because this way it cuts down all the bullshit.
Yeah.
So if you answer the first question right, you win. You're done. It's done.
not necessarily. Well, I guess is it 21 or highest over 21?
Well, the fact of the matter... Well, so
It's
here's
21.
Well, no, hold on a sec, though. Technically, depending on how it's scored,
Yeah.
there could be 2 people that go over 21, then it goes to sudden death.
Yeah.
Then it goes to a
It
shootout.
won't be me.
You never know. Hey,
How am I going to get 10 points?
I might have a 10-point bonus question.
yeah. He'll do this. He'll do it, and then he'll have a question. If you get it wrong, it'll be minus 15 points.
It'll
So
be
you don't-
about me, and I'll still get it wrong.
The first bonus question will be worth minus 10 points, and the second will be plus 10 points. You got to get creative.
I bought my bike with just over 26,000 miles on it, and I just turned 60,000 miles on my bike.
I bought mine with 1,420.
Okay, anybody have on it now?
Winning.
1,430.
I am at like 44.5.
Nice. And when did you get it?
2012. End of 2012. It was like September.
Oh, so you've had your bike all that long. You've had it 7 years already.
Yeah.
Wow.
What year's your bike?
2011.
Wow. How about that? That's interesting. See?
Which year's is yours? 2011 too, right?
Now, how many miles does your bike have on it?
Let's not go there.
No, seriously. I just
Please,
want-
let's not go there.
How many miles does it have on it?
I won't talk about it.
No, when you bought it, how many miles did it have on it?
10,000.
So it's got 10,001 on it. No.
How many days have you gone to work since then?
Quite a few.
365. So add
So
10,365.
it's got 10,007.
We can't bust Tim's balls because when the weather's nice and during the week, during the summer months, he rides that every freaking day. And even when it's not nice, he rides
There
the
you
bike
go.
every day.
Take that. And stick
Every
it up
freaking
here.
day he rides
Even
the
though
bike.
it's a mile, either way, it's 2 miles a day.
He still rides it every day.
So
Yeah.
it minimally, but I do it.
I'm considering riding my bike to work every day too.
He's going to ride from the living room to
Last week I rode my bike to work a decent amount.
Yeah.
Really?
I work
Yeah.
from home, so
I'm
for me to
currently-
ride to work is a trick. But I'm thinking about just going up and down the street just for shits and giggles.
I'm not insured again until Saturday, so I can't ride my bike until Saturday.
Do you pay for the whole year, or you just do
I
monthly?
pay
Or
for
it
the whole year,
depends?
but I switched.
Or it depends.
And it saved me. If you post date your insurance, it saves you money instead of asking for it that day.
Really?
So I switched insurance companies.
Who'd you go with?
I went with Foremost this time.
Don't know.
They're a division of Farmers.
Okay.
I had Ryder. Ryder got bought out by Plymouth Rock. And
Yeah, I
it
stuck with
became-
Plymouth
Oh,
Rock.
shit.
And
Really?
it became expensive, so I said, okay, see you
Oh.
later.
No, really? Because they kept when Plymouth Rock brought me over, they kept my
Yes. However,
my same thing,
I
same
know.
coverage,
and,
same
and,
price,
and,
everything.
and they will. Here's the difference. So, I would have too, and I was about what I'm paying now with Foremost, what I was paying with Ryder. However, when Ryder got bought out by Plymouth Rock, the deal was that like any consistent consumer that had Ryder, they were going to basically honor that payment.
oh, okay.
But the minute that you lapse coverage with them, that's gone. You lose that rate. I've been so fucking busy at work the past 2 weeks. I knew I had my payment coming up, but it was due on like the 10th, and the 10th came and went.
You notice, I noticed a pattern with Justin. He did the same thing with his registration, and he does the same thing with his insurance. Is there anything you're forgetting else to pay?
No, I'm actually very good at paying bills. It's just in this particular
Based on this
case,
show, you are not.
So good to know. You know what I'm going to do
with
now?
everything but my bike.
I'm going to pay off my whole year of insurance
Well, no, so
with
what I-
Ryder, so they
what
don't.
happened
So
was-
Plymouth
so-
doesn't fuck me.
So because I was just I can pay it at work, and I even said to my insurance agent at work, I was like, I have my payment coming up. But we've been so busy that, like, I've had customers coming in before we open, and we're staying till after we close. I literally just didn't have a chance to do it. So I was like, I'll do it. I didn't realize that paying it 2 days after it was due was going to be that much of a big deal. So it jumped like $200.
Wow.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because it switched. So because of that, I decided to shop.
That's
So
bullshit.
Wow.
so now I got Foremost. For
Are they
like-
good?
Yeah.
They cheap?
I got it
Because
for
Ryder was good because they were cheap
I got it
with
for
decent coverage.
like $20 more than I was paying for the year.
Well, how
Right.
much you pay a month for your for your insurance?
I just pay it up for the year, but I'm paying.
Yeah, what's
I
your
paid
year payment?
$472 for the whole year.
Oh, that
But
ain't bad.
Yeah, but I have high limits of liability.
Oh, you do?
I do 100, 350.
Do you do theft and fire and all that? No.
But I do high limits of low liability, and I do a $500 deductible.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, and I do full coverage.
Yeah, I do full coverage.
Yeah, it's me too. I pay $28 a month
So it's
with Geico. Your favorite, Chris?
Yeah, fuck them. They can suck a big whale cock. You hear me, Geico? Suck whale cock.
Well, looks like we lost a sponsor.
Oh, listen, I found it in an email. What's up, motorcycle? This comes from Josh Hester. What's up, motorcycle man? This is Josh from North Carolina. I started listening to your podcast about 2 months back, and I love it. The back and forth explicit banter and the sound effects are epic. Don't stop. I've been listening to the old episodes between the new episodes. Absolutely hilarious. I really appreciate your honesty and your candor and good old working class American views. Keep that shit up. He rides a 2008 Triumph America. Don't hate.
Nice.
I know you guys are HD
That's
guys,
Triumph, bro.
boys, but
Triumph's good.
I'm about to install new handlebars and to hopefully make the ride a bit more comfortable. However, I really don't have others to ride with. Riding alone is fun, but I'd like to get a group together. If any other listeners that live around Moore County in North Carolina, let's ride. If you could each get a second bike, what would you get and why? Anywho, hope everything goes well for you guys, and Tim gets his fender back soon.
Hey, thanks, buddy. I think somebody's on my side.
Hope to ride with y'all one day. And that comes from Josh.
so.
Thanks for listening, Josh.
Thanks for listening, John.
What would your second bike be? It's a hard question.
It is a hard
No, he's
question.
gonna
you
go
know.
with the
Well,
same.
no. I mean, if money was no object, which is, by the way, I'm very tempted by the Pan America and the Livewire, but my heart always wants to get a Sportster again, so I don't know. But
Chris? No, another fat boy.
A brand new one.
You're gonna be really fat boy.
Justin?
And I won't say none. I want to try the Pan America, and then maybe that'll be another bike I would buy too. I've never ridden an adventure bike, so I don't know if I would like it or not.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the only thing. I'm thinking.
Like Ted, you keep picking those bikes, but how do you know you're going to like them?
It's a Harley Davidson. I know I'd like it.
They're not.
I didn't care. I know I didn't care for the Street Bob when I first rode it, but
I might
would.
consider the Sport Glide.
You know what's funny? Everybody's picking a Harley.
yeah.
Nobody's like, I would also get a this
No.
or, you know.
No, yeah, I see what you're saying. Well, if money was no object,
Well,
I
you
would
could get-
own
you
a
could get-
Bonneville.
I was going to say, you could get
I'd own a Triumph.
You could get, you
I
know.
absolutely would own a Triumph.
You know.
That would be my little.
Say anything.
But you know what? What about you? You still haven't said. Yeah. So now that you've ridden every single bike that you could possibly imagine, just about. You know. So.
You know what?
He's gonna say Pan America.
No. If money
Road
was,
Glide.
if money was no object, I would love
Balls horse.
to get like an early 20s or 30s Harley,
Oh hell yeah.
or honestly even like a 20s 30s Indian. I would love just an old
An old school bike. Man, just
yeah,
an old bike.
like a knuckle. Man,
You know what? Because there's something just so romantic and elegant about those old machines.
yeah.
They're just
That's why, kind of like I have a thing for the Triumph Bonneville.
Yeah,
I like that
kinda
old
old
cafe
school.
race.
Right.
I've
It's
ridden
kinda
the
old school.
Bonneville, yeah,
That's a
I
cool
like
little
that. I
bike
like
too,
the,
right?
The Hydra Glide I liked.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
cool.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
there
think
you
I
go.
would want something, from way back when.
that would be pretty neat.
Yep. That you're talking about a collectible,
This guy,
But you know what it is?
and it would
No,
go
you know
right
what'd
back
be
to Harley.
cool? The old military.
Harley
bikes.
Davidson had a
the
shift.
WLA,
Yeah.
yeah,
What bike was the one that Harley had the side shifter?
the tank shift. That was all of them in the beginning.
It's on
Don't
the
you remember
calendar.
the
It's a
goddamn trivia
1950. It's a 1940s or 50 something. Classic.
I'm telling you, man. It's just I don't know. When you start talking about bikes like that, and, I see these people who
I wasn't
have
even
the-
thinking in those terms until you said if money was no object.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking like, would I want like a Softail Slim? Would I want something
Right.
so I was thinking newer.
Yeah.
Then you said money's no object, and I was like, fuck, old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
And
I would have
even if I had
cruisers.
one of those today, because guys restore these things and then they put them on the shelf, and I would ride the shit out of that thing. I would not let it sit in the room. It's not to be gawked at.
I'd be a connoisseur of bikes. I mean, naturally, I love Harley #1, but like I said, I would have a Triumph Bonneville. Oddly enough, you brought one of them up. Yes, if I had the money to spend, I'd buy a fucking Hayabusa.
For the longest time.
I would
no,
suggest
it's
you buy
just-
your coffin first.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
The
I think
Hayabusa
another
is
one,
just ridiculous.
The Urel.
The Ural, really?
The urinal.
The urinal.
The Ural?
I think it's a great piss on bike.
There's one person. Do you know anybody around? Maybe not like you know everybody in Crawford, but I've seen him twice now ride through our area. Somebody's got one with
Well,
a sidecar.
Liberty used to
Somebody's
sell
got a
them.
Ural
Yeah,
with
that's
a sidecar.
right. You're right.
I've
Adams
seen him
used to
here
sell 'em,
twice
right.
now.
They're Liberty again, by the way.
Oh, they're Liberty again?
Yeah, because
What the
they're
fuck?
owned by Hannums, but they changed the name back to Liberty because
everybody
everybody
was
just
getting
knew it as
confused.
Liberty. So they just went back. So now they're Liberty owned by
Oh, for
Hannums.
fuck's sake. Okay. Well, it works because I always ever called it Liberty anyway.
Yeah.
So what are they going to do with all the Hannum shirts?
Yeah, I got one. I have a Hannum shirt.
What the fuck?
Well, there's two other Hannums dealers. There's two other Hannums dealers. There's both in
three.
Pennsylvania. There's three. Oh, they're in PA. I
They,
know that,
yeah, they got Electric City too in Scranton.
Oh, okay. Well.
Half of my shirts are from Bergen, so shut up.
Yeah,
Well, I don't have anything else, boys. How about you guys?
No,
No,
I'm
I
good.
don't.
You know,
Ted.
All right.
Ted. Tim wants to go to bed.
Tim wants to go to bed.
I said Ted, meaning Tim in bed, and,
Well, you know.
and that's how you were named.
Yes, yes, yes. Fine.
Thank you, children.
Well, thanks very much for playing along. Again, we are the Motorcycle Men Podcast. So we're supporting David's Dream Believe Cancer Foundation. So if you want to participate and send some money to that actually goes to make a difference, go to davidsdreamandbelieve.org. And, of course, the Gold Star Ride Foundation, helping the families of fallen soldiers. So if you want to get involved in a ride that actually makes a difference in the lives of those left behind, go ahead and get yourself involved with the Gold Star Ride Foundation and get in some heartfelt miles. And I don't have anything else, boys. Thank you very much for listening to us. Check us out at motorcyclemen.us.
Yeah.
Email us at motomenpc@gmail.com. And I don't have anything else. Tim Buck2 is joining me here, and, of course, in the V-Twin Cafe.
And remember, people, ride like nobody sees you.
And our resident 12-year-old Chris, the nipple-biting joker. And, of course, our good friend there, Justin Brown Shoes.
Get the fuck up!
All right, Timmy, anything you got to say?
I thought I said it.
Say it again.
Ride like nobody sees you.
And, Chris, what do you have to say? That's it?
You are a huge nerd.
Oh, yeah. And Justin, what do you have to say?
I love that. I want that as a fucking horn for my motorcycle.
And I am Ted, your host here on the Motorcycle Man Podcast. This has been episode 280
No way.
on March 13th, 2021. And remember, boys and girls, we say stupid crap so you don't have to. Yeah, boys, let them have it. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light?
I never heard that scream one before. That's fucking funny. That's fucking funny.
Dude, there's so many times I'm going to use that. Dude,
Is he saying something, or is
that might have to be one for you for wrong way.
Yeah.
Is he saying something? Or
He's just yelling.
Dude, a girl scream and then followed by that. Or that followed by the girl scream.